Okay, next problem here says a cylinder has been cut out of each solid. Find the volume of the remaining solid. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. So when you see the words cut and you see remaining, you should be thinking of subtraction, right? So when you look at this picture here, you have a bigger cylinder and then you have a smaller cylinder in the inside. So that smaller cylinder is going to be cut out of this bigger cylinder. So all this is find the volume of the big cylinder and subtract the volume of the small. So again, the volume of a cylinder is area of the base times the height. The base is a circle, pi r squared h. So let's do the volume of the big. Pi times, now, in the big cylinder, they give you this 6. This 6 is the diameter because it goes from end to end. So to find the radius, we take half of that. Half of 6 is 3. 3 squared. And then the height is this guy right here. The distance between the circular bases, right? The other circular base is right there. So that height is 5. So there's the volume of the big, which we'll plug in a minute. How do you find the volume of the small? Well, pi times, okay, the radius. This line signifies that this 2 is the diameter. So the radius would be half of 2, which would be 1, is 1 squared. And the height is still the height 5, because it goes all the way through the figure. And now we're just going to subtract these two formulas, and that's going to be our answer. So I'll take a picture of that, and then I'll go to graphing calculator. All right, here we go. So I need to take pi times 3 squared times 5 and subtract pi times 1 squared times 5. And there we go, 125.66. It said to the nearest tenth. So that second 6 rounds the first 6 up to a 7. 125.7, and it's something cubed. So if I take a look at that problem, centimeters cubed. 125.7 centimeters cubed. There we go. Okay, get that game plan and just solve it. Great. All right, last but not least here, it says, suppose you revolve the plane region completely about the x-axis to sweep out a solid revolution. Identify the solid and find its volume in terms of pi. So we did this in 11.1, right? Solids of revolution. So we have a rectangle. So automatically, right, you should be thinking, okay, if this is a rectangular region, then I believe this solid is going to be a cylinder, because that's what rectangles are made to know, or that's what a rectangle or prism is with circular bases. And when you see revolution, you should think of circular, right? So this is the x-axis. So we're going to bring these points up here the same distance down below. So we went 2 up, so we'll go 2 down. So this will be the rectangle down below the line. And then again, when you do this revolutions, you create the circular regions. There we go. So the solid form is going to be a cylinder. Again, try your best to spell it correctly. I know that E and the A, could be cylinder, okay? And now the volume in terms of pi. Well, to find the volume of a cylinder, it's a prism, so we have to use area of the base times the height. The base is a circle, pi r squared h. So pi is pi. All right, the radius. Well, again, in this picture, the circular bases were made on the end. This would be the radius, and that's a length of 2. So that should not be equals. That should be pi times 2 squared. And then your height is the distance between the two circles. That's this length here. This is your height, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a length of 4. Again, we're going to leave it in terms of pi. We're going to multiply out 2 squared times 4. 2 squared is 4. 4 times 4 is 16 pi, and that would be units cubed, but we don't have any units here. So 16 pi is fine. So in here, notice up I have the this given to you, and notice that in there, 1 second, you'll see the pi button, 16 pi. There you go. All right, great. So hopefully that works out okay for you, and you can finish the homework for next class. All right, thanks for watching. Ask questions if you have them.